Welcome to T-Boys TV. We're back again with another load of World Cup content. That is literally what it's going to be now, of course, with the World Cup coming up. Like I said yesterday, there's now a playlist. So yeah, man. And obviously I'm here for my full FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 predictions. Did have a look at it earlier, and I have changed it throughout my predictions from, the start of the week. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, what I've gone with today when I had a little go at it earlier or look at it, whatever, I'm going to stick with that. There's some interesting ones in the World Cup. There's always a team you don't expect to do well that does. It's been difficult for me to think who that team will be in this one. But yeah, man, some interesting predictions that I've gone with. So it's going to be interesting to see what you lot think. I'm probably going to get a lot of people disagree, but at the end of the day, we've all got our opinions. Do you know what I mean? But let me go through some comments. Big up Hayden. He says, hi, big up yourself, mate. Yeah, I know. I watched the end of Hanno's stream. I watched it up until he done the end of the sweepstakes. I got Portugal. Not too bad. It could have been worse. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Chris says, very good evening. Big up yourself, Chris. Today, when it was 3 o'clock, I had a look at all the games in the lower leagues. And yeah, man, I saw Carlisle won 4-1. Very good away win. I think it was the third goal you scored or the second. Brilliant finish. That was absolute scenes in the away end. Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad you beat Salford because I'm like you, mate. I don't really like them. Everyone just bigs them up because, they've got former, big footballers that are part of it. And it just winds me up. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're shit. End of story. They're shit. I watched their game against Peterborough. Yeah, Peterborough should really be winning. But still, they had some good chances that they missed. Yeah. So, yeah. Don't chat to me about Luke Bolton. He's done out here. But there we go. Big up Wolf. He says, yo, T, big up yourself, mate. Big up Stephen. He says, big up Ty, big up yourselves. Yeah, I tried to comment at the end of it saying, right, I'm off to do my stream now, Hanno, when he was bigging me up. Shout out to him. But it didn't let me comment it. Yeah, so I did have that. Big up Daniel. A long time since he's been on the channel in the comments, but he says, man like T, big up yourself, mate. Watching this on my way home from the Carlisle game, it was a good day battering Salford and Gary Neville. Exactly. Nah, yeah, brilliant win for you guys. I saw it. I'm starting to pay attention more to League One with Luton not being in it. This is probably the first year I'm paying attention to it more. And yeah, man, it's very interesting league. Even League Two, Mendes Gomez scoring again for Fleetwood. They did end up losing though, but he's still doing bits for him. Do you know what I mean? In my mates' World Cup teams, I've got Spain. Yeah, like I said, Hanno was doing one. He messaged me and asked, do I want to be part of it? I said, yeah, might as well. And yeah, man, I got a Portugal, which ain't too bad. It could have been better, of course, but it's not too bad. Ronaldo's last World Cup, most likely. So let's see what goes on in it. Do you know what I mean? And other than him, they've got good players as well. Your Fernandez, your Jota. No, Jota's out. Sorry, isn't he? What am I on about? But they've got good players, but I don't know if they can go on to win it. Yeah, it did look like there was a lot of fans. And yeah, like I said, it was limbs when you lot scored. I can't remember if it's the second or third goal, but it's a sick finish. I think it was in the bottom right corner, that one. Can't wait to see Tyler's Canada predictions. Yeah, I knew you'd look forward to seeing that. So yeah, man, let's get into it. Big up everyone inside. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, let's share the screen. Just quickly, before I get onto the knockout bits a bit later on, it is going to tell me once I've done my predictions, because I had a little play around on this one before just to see how it is. It's going to tell me to, put score predictions in. I'm just going to leave that because I won't do that. I might do it nearer the time, when the knockouts are actually official, and we'll see how close I was. But yeah, man. Yeah, it was the second one, says Chris. There you go then. But yeah, obviously Group A consists of Qatar, who are obviously the hosts, Ecuador, Senegal, Netherlands. Now, the hosts usually tend to do well, as we know. A recent memory I can think where the hosts tend to do well is actually the last World Cup, where Russia did win the first game. I think they won pretty emphatically. I can't quite remember, but I know they won and no one really expected it. I have heard a rumour going round. I don't know how true it is, but apparently Qatar have basically paid off Ecuador, lifetime money to win the game tomorrow. I don't know how true it is, but we know FIFA can be corrupt, and they are the hosts. So I do sort of see it why it could be true. Opening game as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean. A lot of people are probably going to disagree with what I think, which is fine. Like I said, we all got our opinions. Do you know what I mean? But the way I see this group going, I'll start off from bottom. Now, they are a good team, but I just, after hearing that potential thing, which could be true, they've got Senegal and Netherlands after that. Senegal, obviously, Mane being out's a big miss, but they still got a good team. They won the AFCON, done really well in that competition, dug deep and got some good results, and obviously went on to win it, like I said. I'm going to go Ecuador bottom. Now, I know a lot of people will instantly be very surprised about that, but like I said, after hearing what I have heard, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, that I think they'll finish bottom, because after that, I can't see them getting results against Netherlands and Senegal, to be honest with you, even without Mane for Senegal. Netherlands, they are a team that they do seem to be hyped up sometimes, and they tend not to do great, but I still can't see them getting anything out of the game. Third place, I'm going to go with Qatar, the hosts. I'm going to go with Qatar. I think when they play Senegal and Netherlands after, I can't see them getting anything. That's what I reckon. Second or first, Netherlands or Senegal? Who's getting first? Who's getting second? Now, like I say, Netherlands, they do have a good side, as we know, but they do tend to not do so great at times. Like, look at the Euros, for example. I just think with Mane being out, it's going to be a massive miss. I still think Senegal will do well, but I don't think they'll quite get the top spot. I'm going to go Senegal second and Netherlands top in this group. So, yeah, man, let's see what the comments reckon. Here we go. Everything, yeah, exactly, Kenny, exactly. Salford, highest budget in league. Carlisle, one of the lowest budgets in league, and we battered them. Yeah, brilliant, mate. Probably Tony Money. Netherlands first, Senegal second, Ecuador third, fourth, Qatar. So for us, it's only Ecuador and Qatar switched around. I've watched all these teams at least once. I'm split on most of these. And literally mine is going to be in an hour or so. Fair enough. Senegal only getting last 16 at best for me with Mane out now. Yeah, that's fair enough. Obviously, I'll get into mine later. I really don't like the look of Senegal. Yeah, Mane being out is massive. Like I said, they've still got good players. But, Mane's their best player. Do you know what I mean? But I still think they get out of the group, like I've said there. Easy group for Netherlands. I don't want to say it's slightly easier, but it sort of is with the fact Mane's out. But still, like I say, Netherlands, they're always hyped up to a certain thing, and they don't tend to do great. Even their fans will tell you that. Do you know what I mean? So it will be interesting. Bottom left corner, yeah, I know my face, yeah. I don't quite have a prediction overlay for the World Cup. I was going to make one, but I just couldn't bother in the end. Do you know what I mean? It's the only time I'm going to use it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But yeah, moving on to the next group, which I have already predicted on Hanno's channel when he asked me to do it. Obviously, talk about the group and that sort of thing. Obviously, that consists of England, Iran, USA, and Wales. England, higher expectations on us, like I said, especially of how far we've got in the last couple of tournaments, semi-final and final. Not having a great Nations League as well. We're expected to do better, of course. Like I said, mainly coming down to how we've done in other tournaments in recent years. And, we got good players, as we know. Not really going to ramble on too much more. Iran, this is interesting for them because I do feel, the weather, because obviously they are close to Qatar. I feel it could benefit them and they could they could get a shock result. I'm not sure who against in this group, but I wouldn't be surprised. USA, they've got a good young squad with a little bit of experience. But I know a lot of their fans don't rate their manager. So, yeah, there's that. A couple of Arsenal fans don't even rate Matt Turner. He's their number one. For me, people might call me biased. I think Ethan should be starting, but he's probably not. He's probably going to get one game at best. I'm not going to lie. And then Wales, you know, again, they're a together team. They get stuck in. They are a good side. Obviously, Bale has been waiting for this moment for ages. Obviously, Wales haven't been in the World Cup since 1958, I believe it is, to be exact. Since, you know, they've got good players other than Bale. They've got decent midfield. Obviously, Ramsey, experienced. You know, they've got some good fullbacks and etc. So, yeah, they've got a team that gets stuck in. Good side, I have to be honest. So, yeah, man, how do I see this group going? Well, like I said, with the USA thing, I see them finishing last. I'll be honest with you. I see them finishing last. I feel Iran will finish third. I feel the weather will benefit them. And they've got some decent players as well. Especially attacking-wise. Second place, do I reckon England or Wales? Now, I remember when, I think it might have been the last I can't remember, but it was a World Cup quite recently for England. You know, a lot of people have expected us to finish top and we ended up finishing second. But I'm going to say we finished top. I'm going to say Wales second and we finished top. It will be close, though. It will be close. But yeah, that's how I reckon that group's going to go. So England first, Wales second, Iran third, and USA fourth. Let's go through some comments. I'm not even convinced England will go through. USA versus England. USA versus Iran will be mad. Yeah, trust me. Bottom left corner looks like Tyler done something wrong, for God's sake. We should be, but it'd also be so England to go out. You're talking facts. It would be. Daniel reckons England top, USA second, Wales third, and Iran fourth. Interesting. Fair enough. Iran are very underrated. Exactly. They've got a really good manager. Exactly. Meanwhile, USA don't like their yeah, exactly. It goes back to what I was saying. I don't know about Iran or Wales. Trusty robbed for USA. Obviously, Birmingham player. Well, out on loan, I believe it is from Arsenal, isn't it? England first, Wales second, USA third, and Iran fourth. So, yeah, again, like we've only switched it one other way. Can't underestimate this group. Exactly. Wales have their fire in their belly. Exactly. They'll want to beat us as well. USA, no unknown quantity. Exactly. Iran made good account for themselves in 2018. Exactly. Wales have better squad depth. Exactly. England have always won 0-0 draw, remember? Yeah, true. To be honest, I can't see us getting out of the group, says Hayden. Yes, Tyler, put in his Americans last. England first, Euro 2016. There you go. Thank you for that. Euro, this is what Hayden reckons. First, England, after saying all that. Second, USA. Third, Wales. Fourth, Iran. So the exact same as... who else? Someone else said that. Daniel, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, you reckon the exact same as Daniel. Fair enough. Interesting. We've all gone different, which is good. And it also shows this group's not going to be, you know, as easy as people think. But yeah, man, moving on to the next group. That consists of Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Now, this group's interesting because, for me, no disrespect to them, you know, majority of people had said Saudi Arabia bottom. But I think the other three, anyone could go through. You know, Poland, sometimes they have a really good game. Sometimes they have a bad game. Obviously, we know, you know, who's in their squad, the quality they've got. Matty Cash, you know, and etc. You know, Lewandowski, of course. Well, I believe he's in it anyway. I'm pretty sure he's not injured or anything, is he? I'm going to have a quick look about that. 'Cause from what I've heard, no one's really mentioned him. But yeah, let me know. But either way, you know, we know how class he is if he's in. Mexico, you know, it's an interesting one with them because, again, they're a team that you can't really sleep on. Argentina, as we know, you know, they've got a quality team, as we know, one of the favourites. I see this week when people are being asked about who they think will win the World Cup, the most two I'm hearing are the South American teams in Argentina and Brazil. So, yeah, man, they're one of the favourites. Who do I reckon is going to get third? Now, obviously, it is Mexico-Poland. That is the first game. Now, that game could be a decider, really, of who gets second, in my opinion. So, yeah, straight out, I'll tell you, like, Argentina... I accidentally right-clicked it. Argentina first for me. I'm going to go Now, this is going to be close, I reckon. I'm going to go Mexico third, Poland second. I think Poland will just edge that second place. So, yeah, man, let's go through some comments. Iran over Wales, says Hanno, fair enough. Saudi Arabia, everyone's overlooking. Climate can benefit them massively, and defensively they are good. Yeah, you know what their game plan is going to be, definitely. It's going to be, to not try and concede as many as possible, which is obviously understandable. And yeah, you like to say the climate could benefit them. They finished above Japan in their qualifiers, because I reckon they can do something. That's fair enough. But I don't think they get 0 points. Yeah, fair enough. It could be like Hungary, couldn't it, really, in the Euros, where didn't go through in the end, but, they made a really good account of themselves, considering the group they were in as well. So it could be like that. Qatar and Saudi Arabia are pub teams with royal money, easy wins against any of them, says Chris. Hanno, can't wait to see South Africa in the world. Oh, for God's sake, Matt. Daniel reckons first Argentina, second Poland. Yeah, same as me, but it's tough to call second. It is. No, it is. It really is. 100%. Chris gone Argentina first, second Poland. Yep, same again. Mexico not as good as previous years. I'd agree with that. Argentina will easily get 9 points, in my opinion. Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. So, yeah, they're the first 3 groups that I reckon what will happen there. Moving on to Group D, obviously that is France, Australia, Denmark and Tunisia. Now, obviously, the last World Cup, that was England's first game. Tunisia, it's a narrow 2-1 win. Remember it. France, obviously, won the World Cup, as we know. Obviously, Australia, they narrowly qualified. They were quite lucky, in my opinion, really, to go through. Denmark, obviously, very good. Could you say they're an underrated side? But then again, a lot of people saying they'll be the dark horses. They're a good side either way. Obviously, we know they've got world-class players in their team. Ericsson, they've got other good players as well, like Damsgaard, etc. They've got a good team. Obviously, went to the semi-finals in the Euros, narrowly lost to England as well, considering they're away from home as well, because obviously Wembley, majority were England fans. How do I see this group going? Now, like I said, Australia for me narrowly got through, so I'm going to say them bottom. I don't think, no disrespect to them, I don't think they've got any players that are really going to cause too much, personally. Third place, I'm going to go Tunisia. They done all right in the World Cup, I thought, but I look at the teams that, that I'm going to put above them, and I just think they'll have too much, really, in the end. Now, I have seen a lot of people go Denmark first, which I wouldn't be shocked. Obviously, France, the injury list is getting bigger and bigger. Apparently, Benzema's not been training recently or stopped training or something. Obviously, they've got loads of other injuries. Midfield, we know how good Pogba can be for France. He's a massive part of the team that went on to win the World Cup when they won it. Got a lot of injuries all over the place. Varane could potentially, drop out as well. It's a madness for them. It's a madness. But I still think they'll top the group narrowly. I think with the likes of Mbappe, they've still got good defence as well, even if Varane was to go, Saliba, etc. So I'm going to say France top it, and then Denmark gets second. But again, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if Denmark did get first. But I will. That's how I'll go with that group. France first, Denmark second, Tunisia third, Australia fourth. Let's go through comments. Daniel reckons the same 2 as me, and then he would change Australia and Tunisia around. That's fair enough. Yes, Kenny, I agree. Australia's trash. Australia are the worst team in the World Cup for me. Tyler, which site is that? Euros. If you type up World Cup predictor, it's by Eurosport. What other comments there? Scrape past Oman in qualifiers. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Controversial gets UAE and scrape past. Exactly. That's why I say bottom for them. France look dreadful and Tunisia maybe do something, but I'm still split. Yeah, exactly. France certainly won't finish top for me. That's fair enough. Denmark first, fair enough. France second, Tunisia third, fourth Australia. Tunisia, not bad team. We scraped past them in 2018. Exactly, like I said earlier. World Cup group stages, champs becoming stale at France. Yeah, that's also true. I've got Denmark to reach final. Dark horses. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. A lot of people do have them as their dark horses. So yeah, man. The nice gamer, I think that's a new person. Big up yourself if it is, even if it isn't, big up yourself. But Morocco will win. Well, won, but obviously I know you mean win. Always Morocco. There you go. Someone bigging up Morocco in the comments. Australia, I don't know how they're there or here. A penalty against Oman away from it being Oman. Yeah, exactly. There you go. James is telling us more injury news. Yeah, Nkunku obviously is the big one, like as in before the tournament. Well, you know what I mean. This one was announced, you know, before the squads is what I'm trying to say. Mbappe, exactly. And Benzema all ruled out of the World Cup. Denmark, Defo top says, you lot. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Denmark finished top. But I'm going to, like I said, I found out the injury news about an hour before I went live. So I'll base it on what I said, you know, a bit earlier on in the day as well. So yeah, man. And if my mic's going a bit dodgy, it's because my laptop's low. So I'm just trying to put it on charge. I was just having a little move around with the mic and that sort of thing. So bear with me a second. Just put it on charge. There we go. Look at France midfield compared to them. Their attack is getting depleted too. Can I copy the link? Yeah, should be able to. Let me just do that now. Hopefully it comes up on the StreamYard because I'm doing it through that. Sometimes when I try and copy and paste stuff, it doesn't work. But yeah, hopefully that does. There you go. There it is. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to go with what I'm saying in it. So yeah. Moving on to Group E. And that consists of Spain. Oh, why does it keep doing that? Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Again, this is an interesting group for me. I'll be honest, big up Costa Rica. They've got a nice set of fans, but I think they'll finish bottom. I think most people would say that. Third, like I said, don't underestimate Japan. You know, Minamino tends to do well for them. You know, they've got some good, decent players as well. They work hard. They're not a bad side. I remember, I think it was when they were hosts one time, they'd done really well and no one really expected it. Again, I know they're a host, you know, hosts tend to do well, but again, no one really expected it. Obviously, if it is now, you probably would expect them to do better. You know, because it's just a constant thing, isn't it? Like Russia done well, like I said earlier, when they hosted the World Cup. So, you know, but back then you wouldn't have said that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's that. Obviously, Germany, you know, they're on the up again for me. Hansi Flick, you know, good manager, doing a decent job there, I would say. Could be better, but it's been decent, majority of it. And Spain, it's going to be interesting with them this tournament because, you know, no one expected them to get to the semi-finals, as far as I'm aware of, in the Euros. And obviously they did. The problem I feel they're going to have in this tournament, as far as I'm aware, they haven't really got a striker that's going to bang in a lot of goals. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure their main striker's Morata, if I'm correct. Which he's not a bad player, but I just feel compared to what they have had in previous years, it's not overly great. But again, they did have him in the Euros as well, didn't they? And he didn't do too bad. So it's an interesting one. How do I see this group going? After saying all that, I'm going to say Japan third. But again, this is another group I think will be close. Going to go Spain second, and I'm going to go Germany top. That is what I reckon in this one. Let's go through the comments. Thanks, Silent. No worries, mate. No worries. Have a feeling Spain will struggle, but maybe not enough to go out. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. German winners, Spain runners up. Same as me, you reckon? Yes. Just finished my stream. Hopefully that went well, mate. By the way, it didn't let us comment towards the end. I did try saying, like, see you later, basically, but it didn't let me. Like maybe a draw first game, lost to Germany, win last game to go through. Yeah, it could be something like that. Daniel reckons Germany top, Spain second, Japan third, Costa Rica. Sorry if you can hear that as my buzzer, but Mum and that will deal with that. Same as me. Reckon same as me then. Fair enough, mate. Chris reckons Germany top, Spain second, Japan. Yep, same as me again. Germany to win World Cup, in my opinion. They have best squad depth, in my opinion. Spain have world class. Luis Enrique in charge. Japan, no mugs, exactly. and neither are Costa Rica. Yeah, I remember they done all right a couple of years ago and something. Again, I can't remember what it was, but they done all right. So they're no mugs, absolutely. But I just think in the end, they'll have enough. The others will have enough. I've got Iran, bro. Iran will win it now. Wolf obviously putting in the Canada flags. At least Iran have a chance around the 16, though, Hano. Big up Kenny. A big up Chelsea fan, by the way. Big up yourself. Canada will be third in the group. Well, that is the next group that we are moving on to. And that obviously, like we said, Canada's one of the sides in there. The other teams, Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia. Again, I'll start off with Belgium. I don't understand. Like, I know they've got a good squad, but I don't understand why they're always so high in the rankings. I believe right now, I haven't looked for a while, but as far as I'm aware, they're second in the ranking. The rankings is stupid anyway. I don't really tend to look at it because, you know, it's stupidness like that. Like I said, they've got a good side. They've got world-class players in their team. Obviously, De Bruyne, you know, as we know. And other players seem to step up, but again, that's like majority of players when they play for their country tend to play a lot better. But again, what have they won? Similar to England, you know, what have they won to be that high up? I just don't understand. But obviously, you know, they are a good team, but I just don't agree with how high they are in the rankings. Canada, obviously, going to be interesting to see how they do in this tournament. Obviously, their main player, Alphonso Davies, it's going to be interesting to see how he does. I think they'll play more attacking. I can see that. So it'll be interesting. Morocco, you know, interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I remember in the World Cup? It's the World Cup. I don't think they've done too bad last time out, if I'm correct. It's going to be interesting to see how they do again. And then Croatia, they're a side not to underestimate, in my opinion. Obviously, they've got Modric, who is a class player. Obviously, still not the player that he was, but he's still really good. Rakitic, you know, they have got a good team. England should know about that. Do you know what I mean? So this group, again, it's another interesting one for me. How do I see it going? I'm going to go Wolf. You're not going to like me. I'm going to go Canada bottom. Correct me if I'm wrong, but other than Alphonso Davies, I don't think they've really got too much compared to other sides. They could maybe finish above Morocco, but I'm going to say they finish bottom. Morocco third. And then I'm going to go Croatia second and Belgium top. That is what I reckon for that group. Let's go through the comments. Chris says quality will shine the end in Group E. Exactly. Belgium's defence is terrible. Yeah, their defence ain't all that either. I agree with that. Big up Ravi says Yoti. Argentina versus Denmark final. Denmark to beat Portugal in semi-final and England in quarter-final. Says Hanno. Fair enough. This is the ultimate group. Anyone can finish anywhere. Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Canada second, you heard it here first, says Hanno. Fair enough. He does like to say these bold stuff, and it does tend to maybe be right sometimes. Look at what he said with Birmingham playoffs. Obviously, I know there's still a bit of a way to go, but look how well they're doing. Will there be some games that will show fossil football? Yeah, probably, mate. Obviously, Wolf loving that prediction. Chris has got Belgium first, Croatia second, Canada third, and fourth Morocco. So again, only one little switch for us. Belgium bridesmaids with old men in wheelchairs at the back. Croatia got the know-how, but the squad is aging out exactly. That's why I haven't put them top. Canada have Jonathan David up front. Oh yeah, of course they do. Yeah, they do actually. Kovacic, Modric, and Brozovic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a bad midfield. You know, Kovacic is all right. I feel. Do you know what I mean? I feel he's underrated personally. Morocco are decent as well, but I think bottom half for them. Yeah, exactly. Daniel's got Belgium first, Canada second, Croatia third. He's got Canada second. Interesting. Fourth, Morocco. No problem. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Croatia only have a midfield. Argentina winning it. Messi will Maradona 2.0, says Ravi. Interesting. Last World Cup, so it's going to be interesting. Croatia don't only have a midfield. They have Perisic. Yeah, they've got good wingers. Yeah, exactly. Perisic and Vlasic. Yeah, as well as one of the best midfielders in the tournament. Everyone in this group will get at least one win. Fair enough. I like it. I like that we're all saying different things. Do you know what I mean? Because shows how interesting it could actually turn out to be. But yeah, the last two groups to predict. Obviously, Group G, that consists of Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. Brazil, again, like I said, when I've heard a lot of people say they're favourites to go on and win it, a lot of them have said Brazil. Brazil and Argentina is mainly the South American teams. Serbia, another underrated side. Don't underestimate them. Mitrovic, obviously, we know how well he tends to do for them. Got a late goal against Portugal, I believe it was, not too long ago, if I'm correct. They've got some good other players as well. Switzerland, it's difficult because we know players like Xhaka, especially if how he's playing this season, he plays well. Even, I remember in the Euros, he played really well when he weren't doing so great at Arsenal. He always tends to play well. They do have a few players that are aging, though, like your Shaqiris and etc. So it's going to be interesting with them. Cameroon, I'll be honest, I'm not really too convinced by Cameroon, and the reason I say that, I just look at the AFCON. I don't feel they've done too great. So based on that, I'm going to say Cameroon bottom of the group. Now, like I said, you can't underestimate Serbia. I'm going to go, I reckon, again, this will be very close. And that Serbia-Switzerland game, it could come down to that for second. I'm going to go Serbia third. I wouldn't be surprised if they get second, but I'm going to go Switzerland second. And then top majority of people, like I said, one of the heavy favourites would put Brazil. So that's what I reckon for that one. Let's go through some comments. Kenny, seems if Canada beats Belgium, that would be mad. I think Canada can do something against Belgium, Serbia versus Switzerland. Yeah, exactly. Like I say, exactly. Lukaku with a last-minute goal to beat Canada, says Ravi. Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, Cameroon. Same as me then, says Daniel. Cameroon have one player. Cameroon, I don't like them either. That's not that I don't like them. I'm just not convinced by them. Do you know what I mean? Chris has gone Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland. Fair enough. That's fair enough. And then obviously Cameroon bottom. And then Brazil to quality to come through in the end, but I'm not convinced by them. Don't underestimate Serbia and Switzerland. Switzerland have the know-how. Exactly. No, they do. They do. So yeah, sorry, I just messaged him a sitter. But yeah, there's that. That's what I reckon for that one. Don's lost 3-1 versus Barnes. Yeah, like I said, mate, I paid attention to all the games today because there's nothing else to do at 3 o'clock. Yeah, I saw that. You made it 1-1 and then you got pumped. You got absolutely pumped. But to be fair, Barnsley are, a good side. But again, you lot doing shocking considering you did get playoffs last year. You and Huddersfield are literally moving the same way. Saying that, though, Huddersfield have done all right in the last 2 games. So, yeah, it's interesting. But still in the position they're in. I like the look of Uruguay, their new manager. Their squad's really good. Yeah, facts. Portugal may be affected by... Well, we'll get into that. But I do agree with that, to be fair. Our fans left in this 67 minutes. Jesus. But yeah, moving on to Group H, which is obviously the last group that I'm predicting. And then we'll get into the knockout stages. Don't know who the hell that is, but there we go. That consists of Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Do you know what I mean? Now, obviously, Portugal, are up there to win it. Obviously, not as much as other teams, but they still are a favourite. I did get them in my sweepstake of Hanos, so come on, Portugal, and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's one of them. Obviously, they got Ronaldo. His last World Cup, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Most likely going to be anyway. Obviously Fernandez. We know they've got a decent team. But sometimes they're just not performing as good as I know they could. And I know a lot of you would agree with that in the comments. Ghana, again, they're at another side. I'm not really convinced by. They've got a few good players. I believe Ayew plays for him, if I'm correct, doesn't he? The one from Palace. I'm pretty sure he does. Got decent and all right midfield, but I'm not. When I look at the other teams, I just feel they've got better sides. Uruguay, like Kenny said, convinced by the manager, is looking good for them. Up front, they've got Suarez and Nunes. It's a very good front two. you know, they've got a decent side. They've got a decent side. Again, they're up there at times. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And then Korea, obviously, got Son, who will be available. I don't think he's available for the first game, but I think he'll be available after that. So it's an interesting group, this one. Again, how do I see this one going? How do I see this one going? I'm going to go Ghana bottom. Like I said, again, they're a team I'm not really too convinced by. They've got a few good players, but I'm not overly convinced at the same time. Going to go Korea third. Like Chris says there, I do think they are a bit too reliant on Son at times. Like I said, I think him being out for the first game, if it is true, could be massive. Massive miss, of course. Could affect them in that sense. Portugal or Uruguay? Who do I think's getting top? Now, like I said, Portugal do have this capability of sometimes not doing so great when I know they can do better. So for that reason, I'm going to go Portugal second and Uruguay top. So that is my prediction for that group. Uruguay top, Portugal second, Korea third, Ghana fourth. Go through the comments. Scott Twine carries MK. He's gone now, isn't he? He's gone to Burnley. Or did you mean he did carry him? Portugal first, second Uruguay, says Chris. Fair enough. Ghana third, South Korea fourth. This is the one that we've done that's completely different. South Korea won't be shocked if Uruguay finish top now, to be honest. Uruguay will go further than Portugal, even though I'll stick with my group prediction. That's fair enough, mate. It's fair enough. Respect that. Daniel's gone Portugal first, South Korea second. Interesting. You don't reckon Uruguay will go through? Interesting one. Interesting. Fair enough. There is always one shock, like I said. Mine's difficult, isn't it? What's my shock in the group? What would you lot say it is? There's not really one, is there? Like of who goes through anyway. I don't know. It's interesting. Let me know. Let me know what you lot think. Where was I? Got a better team than South Korea. Yeah, like I said, do rely on Son a bit too much. But Son for first game too. Yeah, that could affect them. Hope they get bottom, like Tyler said. Obviously, Hanno not happy about that. Uruguay always dark horses in every World Cup. Yeah, exactly. Uruguay prestigious as well, footballing wise. Exactly. There's always something about them. Exactly. It will be close though. Yeah, I agree. Belgium is the closest to a shock for you. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Actually, you lot could maybe say France because the injuries, I guess. I don't know. It's an interesting one. But anyway, they are my predictions. So let's move on to the knockout games and see who gets who. So round of six, I'll do it each group and then I'll read the comments. Each section, sorry. Round of 16, Netherlands, Wales. For me, this would be like Wales in the Euros where they get knocked out in the round of 16. Was it round of 16 or quarterfinals? Pretty sure it's round of 16. I don't know watch long, but I can't remember what one it was. But I think they get knocked out. I think Netherlands will have enough to beat them. Argentina, Denmark. Now, like I said, Denmark, a lot of people's dark horses. Not surprised, like I said, after how they've done in the Euros. They are playing Argentina here. They could beat them, but I think Argentina will do it. I'll go with Argentina. Germany, Croatia. For me, Germany, I just think they're on the up under Hansi Flick. Croatia, they're decent, but yeah, I think Germany, their squad depth will help them and they'll have enough in the end. Brazil, Portugal. Is it going to be Ronaldo's last World Cup here? I think it is. They're taking on Brazil, who are, the top two for favourites. Do I think Portugal will do it, or do I think Brazil will do it? Brazil for me. England, Senegal, massive benefit for England that Mane's out. Do you know what I mean? It's still got a good team, but I just think with Mane being out, that benefits us even more. I think we win that one. France, Poland. France for me. Poland. Again, sometimes they don't turn up and they're not overly great at times. Belgium versus Spain. Again, this is another interesting one. Belgium, always highly ranked. Like I said, I don't really understand why. Yeah, they've got good players, but similar to England, what have they won? Do you know what I mean? This one's difficult. Do you know what? I'm gonna go Spain. I'm gonna go Spain in this one. Like I said, you can't underestimate them. They got to the Euro semi-finals. Not a lot of people expected that, if anyone, in fact. So I'm gonna go Spain. And then the last round of 16 game would be Uruguay, Switzerland. Uruguay for me. In that one, let's go through the comments. Let me just go to the top. There we go. If Argentina, Denmark, I'd actually think about backing Denmark. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Netherlands too much in N. Exactly, that's what I think. You're going to pick the doors, Tyler. What do you mean by that? Why? Oh, scores. Nah, I can't be bothered to do that. When it actually comes to the knockouts, I might do that. But yeah, today I'm going to leave it. And like I said at the start, people, it will say to pick scores at the end, but just ignore that, or I'm not going to do it. Netherlands 2-0. Fair enough. Yeah, if you want to get your score predictions in, fair enough. You do that. Not a problem. I'll read them out. Wales to win 1-0. Netherlands 2-0. I had Argentina versus France in last 16. Argentina to do a job on France. Fair enough. Germany 1-0. Germany will rip Croatia apart, especially with Lovren at the back. Yeah, true. Brazil solid favourites. Yeah, them and Argentina are the main two up there in this tournament. Brazil 2-1. England 3-1. I had Uruguay knocking Brazil out in last 16 as they know each other from Copa America. Uruguay more solid defensively. Excuse me. Fair enough. France 2-0. France 3-0. Brazil are very overrated. Everyone says they're always going to win and they never do. I had Denmark beating Poland in last 16. Fair enough. 2-1 Belgium. Spain 2-1. Fats Kenny on Brazil. No, I do agree with him. Well, yeah, I do. In fact, I do. But I think they will beat. Who did I get again? Portugal. Yeah, I think they will. I got Serbia knocking Portugal out in my last 16 game. Fair enough. Well, let's move on to the quarterfinals. And for me, it would be Netherlands versus Argentina. Argentina for me. So yeah, there you go. Germany, Brazil. Now, a lot of people, this will give you memories of the 7-1. Was it 7-1 in the end? I think it was, yeah. When Germany absolutely dismantled Brazil. Obviously, it will be a lot closer this time. How do I see it going? This game's difficult because, like I said, Germany are on the up. They're doing well again. Brazil, like I said, they're one of the favourites. They can be overrated to a certain extent. See you later, Brazil. I'm going to go Germany. I'm going to go Germany to win this one. England versus France. Now, again, if this was the case, we'd have a massive benefit because obviously all the injuries France have got. Like James mentioned earlier, Mbappe and Cuckoo, obviously we knew before squad was announced. Apparently Benzema's now out. I saw that earlier as well. And yeah, players play better for country, but again, in midfield, they're missing big players like Pogba. As much as he obviously ain't done great since he went back to Juventus, like I say, a lot of players for their country tend to do a lot better. Even if you look at it with England, with players there, like Sterling, for example, he's not doing great at Chelsea, but I wouldn't put it past him. And big up Chris, I know he said this on his preview to the Iran game. Wouldn't put it past him to be top scorer for England in the World Cup. Remember in the Euros, he was the only player scoring goals at the start of the tournament. Do you know what I mean? And then Kane started kicking into the things and scoring. So people might call me mad, but I think, again, we got massive benefit with all these injuries for France. I'm going to say us. To win that. And then is that the last one? Yeah, last one, of course, is Spain, Uruguay. Again, this is another interesting one. I'm going to go Uruguay. In this one. And then we'll do the semi-finals in a second. Let's go through the comments. Big up everyone in the chat and doing their scores as well. Where was I? 2-1 Belgium, says Daniel. Spain 2-1. Fair enough. Fat Skinny on Brazil. No, I think I read them, didn't I? Uruguay 1-0. Argentina 2-0, says Chelsea fan. Brazil always flop like a seal falling into water. Exactly. And I think that's where they'll do it in this tournament. Germany have that thing on them as well. Not that I think it'll be that emphatic this time, but, they will have that in the back of their minds if that happens. 2-1 England. England's bracket again looks easier bracket if predictions come true. Always facts. In my quarterfinals, got Argentina beating Netherlands, Germany beating Uruguay, Denmark beating England, Spain beating Serbia. Fair enough. To be fair, a lot of you gone with an England win as well. I thought a lot of people would still go France. So interesting. Chelsea fans gone 2-1 England. Sterling will carry us. He'll do well again, I reckon. He will. And I wouldn't be disappointed if he started on Monday. I really wouldn't. 2-0 Spain. Fair enough. I'll still start Sterling to be never let. Yeah, exactly. Like I heard you talk about it earlier. You're talking facts. Uruguay 2-0. Interesting. Well, let's move on to the semi-finals. First one would be Argentina versus Germany. What a game. Obviously, we know the later on we get in the tournament, the better the games are, of course. Argentina, Germany. Flipping hell, this is a really difficult one. Like I said, Messi's last World Cup, most likely. Germany, they're on the up, like I keep saying. They have got a good squad. Argentina do as well. I'm going to go Argentina. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I'd have probably said Germany. I don't know. It's changed. I'm going to go Argentina. But I didn't do predictions before. So if I'd done any predictions before, I'd have stuck with what I said. But I didn't. So I'm going to go Argentina. And then obviously the other one, England, Uruguay. Is this where England get knocked out another semi-final in the World Cup? Or do they get a step further? Do they get to another final? But obviously in the World Cup this time. Call me mad. England. Call me mad. Call me whatever you want. But there we go. There's that. Uruguay 2. I don't fancy our chances versus Uruguay. It'd be a very difficult game if it does happen. Got Germany beating Argentina, Denmark beating Spain in my semi-finals. Argentina to win on pens. Oh yeah, there will be a time in the tournament. I said it on yesterday's stream where we will get to a penalty shootout. For me, it's inevitable for it not to happen. I think that's the right word because you look the World Cup we got to a penalty shootout. The Euros we got to a penalty shootout. Obviously the final. So for me, we will get to one at some point, and it's gutting that players like Ward-Prowse. It goes back to what I said yesterday. It's gutting that players like Ward-Prowse and that not there because they're good at that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Ward-Prowse, your Ivan Toney. Obviously, the Ivan Toney one's a bit more because obviously the betting thing. But do you know what I'm saying? We will get to one at some point. Big up Jamie says, "Yo, how's things? Yeah, they're all right, mate. What about yourself?" England will struggle. England 2-1. A lot of people going England, so fair enough. I think Uruguay is tougher than France, to be honest. Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially with all the injuries that France have. 100%, mate. The way France are, exactly. England will not bring it home again. Well, let's see. We're moving on to the final. Now, if you know me, you know who I'm going to say to win. Argentina, England. Messi, last World Cup. England, we have a habit of bottling things. Do you know what I mean? But can we get one step further and win it? Not for me. We'll get to the final. I don't think we'll quite win. There you go. Just press OK and it's done. Argentina for me. Messi, one last dance, will win the trophy. He's always wanted to win the most. And that is the World Cup. I'm going to go with Argentina to win. And England get close again, but not close enough. There you go. That is what I reckon. They are my World Cup prediction done. Let's see how close I end up on them. So yeah, man. Let's see what you lot reckon. Let's tell you about it's blocked me now after I made a big dig saying Carlisle people. Oh my days. England to win on pens. Pickford to score the winner. Back your country. No, I'm being honest in it. I think we'll get far again. Like I said, I reckon we'll get to a final. But yeah, I just think Argentina will win it. To be honest, like I say, it'd have been weird if I said England were going to win anyway, because you know me, I don't think we'll win anything under Southgate. Yeah, credit to him the way he's brought the team togetherness, you know, and he sees players with an attitude problem. He doesn't pick them, which I respect him for. But as a manager, in-game management, I can't see him taking anything home with us personally. And obviously, if we don't win, that'll be the end of it. Most likely. Well, it's pretty much been said that it's going to be. So, yeah, man. Glad you didn't pass to win it, Tyler. Nah. If it was Argentina versus Uruguay, I think it'd be a mad game. Yeah, it would be crazy. Argentina 2-1, says Chelsea fan. Germany to beat Denmark in final, in my opinion. Fair enough. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I'd probably back Germany to win the whole thing. But like I said, I didn't do a predictions thing then. Times have changed. I'm going to go Argentina. And I'll be honest, even if I said Germany, England, I'd still go Germany. I'll be honest with you. England in final. Jesus, Tyler, you got bigger hopes than me. I know, and I'm not even the biggest Southgate in person, you know. No, well, we do have the capability of it, you know, and I think if that is the case, if we do top the group, the first 2 games we have are good games for us. Now, I'm not underestimating Senegal or France, and the reason I say that is because Mane's out, and in France, they've got a lot of injuries. You know, a lot of injuries coming in today. Benzema's going to most likely not be there. Varane's a possibility. Mbappe, you know, I think we could go out and we have got a good squad. That is the thing. We do have a good squad. It's just the in-game management from Southgate is what I think just ruins it. Do you know what I mean? And the way he plays defensive when we've got better attackers. You know, it's one of them. It's one of them. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. That's why I reckon we could beat France. And Senegal, like I said, they have got good players. You know, won the AFCON, but Mane being out is a massive miss for them lot. How's that your final day in the same bracket as long as they both finish top? Imagine France getting out of the group. I mean, there is that possibility. There is that World Cup weird curse thing, isn't there? It's happened in recent years. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, that's what I reckon. So yeah, man, it's one of them. I was just thinking, shall I just do my quick predictions before I wrap up for the first round of games? Let me know, and I'll get it up and do it right now. Because again, I've done them pre-hand because Lewis is doing a thing, predictions for it. So yeah, man, if you want to see me just do my predictions quick for the first load of games, then I'll do them. You could do Tyler. Yeah, fair enough. Are you doing any England preview or reviews? I'm hoping to do a preview tomorrow, live stream to the Iran game. I'm not sure of a time because I might be working in the evening. So yeah, I don't even know if I'll be able to watch a Qatar game, which is a bit going. Because you know, it's World Cup, innit? I want to see how it is. But yeah, I'm hoping to. Yeah, reviews. Yeah, I'm hoping to do reviews as well. Probably pre-recorded, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely hoping to do them both. Yes. Is Uruguay, Tyler? I'm a bit iffy about with your prediction. That's fair enough. Could do Tyler. Yeah, do you know what? I'll just do them. So let me share the screen. Who was the third player, Tyler? What do you mean? What are you on about? I'm a bit confused. I might be acting a bit dumb, but there we go. Right, let me share this screen. What one is it? That one. Big up, he told me about this. I was going to look anyway if he didn't tell me that it was on here because it most likely would have been. Obviously, worldfootball.net. Very good if you want to work, you know, have a look at the table as well and that sort of thing. But obviously, I'll only be predicting the first round of games. So yeah, let's get into it. So first game, Qatar, I was about to say Senegal. Obviously, after hearing everything I have heard, I just think Qatar will win. I just think that I did not mean to press a Q. I meant to press a 1. I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 to Qatar. Senegal, Netherlands. This one's interesting. With Mane being out, I'm going to back Netherlands. I'll say I think they'll top the group as well. So yeah, man. There's that. Let's go through your comments. 1-0 Qatar, same as me. 3-0 Ecuador, fair enough. First game, Argentina, is like 10 in the morning. Yeah, some of the games are mad times in the morning. I like that they do it once at a time, though. I think when it gets to the third round of games, I think there's a couple at the same time. But that's one thing I do like about the World Cup. Like the most is that they do the games at different times. I like that because you can sit there and watch all the games. You know what I mean? 2-0 Netherlands. And also it's the time zone, isn't it? It's the time zone as well. So 2-0 Netherlands. 1-1. That's fair enough. 4-0 England. Jesus. 3-0 Netherlands. A lot of emphatic wins for Netherlands. Dutch easy win 3-0. Fair enough. I'm not looking forward to it, says Jamie. Yeah, I was the same, mate. But the closer we get to it, the more I'm sort of like, yeah, let's have it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, moving on to the next load of games. Obviously, England's group. England versus Iran. Like I said, I'm hoping to do a preview. But I guess here's my prediction, just in case I can't do it. England versus Iran. A lot of people have gone with emphatic England win. Our first game in the World Cup 2018 was obviously a 2-1 against Tunisia. I do think we'll win this one. I think we should have enough to win this one. I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1 England. I think they might get one. I'm not going to lie, but I think we'll get 3. USA 1-0 1-1, sorry, the Sheep. So I need to live on here and insert to announce the thing properly. What are you on about? I'm going to miss all games because I'm at work. Oh, that's gutting, man. Like I say, I'll probably miss a few, but the England ones, I'll make sure I won't miss them ones. 2-1 England, says Hanno. I was thinking that, but I'm going to go 3-1. Chris gone 3-0. We should have too much regardless. Real talk. Yeah, facts. 1-1 USA. Need to drop my remote then. 3-1 England, same as me. There's always 1-0 for England, though. Yeah, true, but I think we'll start off all right. To be honest. Netherlands 2-0. Fair enough, mate. And then obviously the other game in our group is obviously USA versus Wales. I'd love to do a watch along to this, but I think I'm working. I need to find out really tonight what's going on. Line up. I'll leave mine just in case I do one tomorrow. I don't even know what I'd go with from the top of my head anyway. My lineup: Pickford, White, Stones, Maguire, Trippier. Yeah, Maguire's always going to get in, isn't he? Unfortunately, Trippier, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Sterling, Kane. I could probably see that, to be fair. 2-0 Wales. Nick's gone 1-1. I'm going to back Wales. I'm going to go 2-1 Wales. 2-1 Wales in that one. Moving on to the next load of games. Chelsea fans got England 3-0. Interesting. Same as Chris. Argentina, Saudi Arabia. One way. This is going for me. And that is a 2-0. It could be a battering, but I'm going to go over 2-0. I'm going to go over 2-0 to Argentina. Mexico versus Poland. Again, like I said, this game's going to be very interesting. This game, when you look at other results, could determine second place. I think Argentina will beat both Mexico and Poland. And I think Mexico and Poland both beat Saudi Arabia. 1-1. 1-1. Was thinking of backing Poland, but I'm going to go 1-1. 3-0. Yeah, Hanno's gone 3 as well. A lot of 3-0s. Obviously that's the time of the Iran game when England play. Yep, it is. Argentina 5-0. Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, it could be a battering, but I'm going to go a little bit less. I'm going to go 2-0. Chelsea fans gone 2-0 as well. That's me being nice to Saudi Arabia. Mexico 1-1, same as me. Mexico 1-0, fair enough. 2-1 Mexico, that is a decider who gets second. Yeah, exactly. Because like I say, I think Argentina beat both of them. But however, I think they both beat Saudi Arabia. So it's interesting. Not Wales. Oh my days. But yeah, moving on to the next one, which is Denmark versus Tunisia. I'm going to go for a close game here. I'm going to go with a close one. I'm going to go 1-0 Denmark. I think it's going to be a tight one. Oh, there we go. France, Australia. Again, it could be very high scoring, but I just think with the injuries France are occurring, I think it's going to be a little bit less. But I still think they'll win the game. I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 to France. Read that. Denmark 3-0. Fair enough. Denmark 3-0 again. 3-0 France. Interesting. A lot of heavy ones. France 4-0. Me be too nice to Australia. Denmark 3-0. Interesting. Yeah, man. Chris, great minds think alike. Moving on to the next game. Or next game, should I say. Germany versus Japan. Again, I think this is, call me mad, but I think this one might be close as well. I think Germany will win 1-0. We'll have another 1-0. I think a lot of these games might be 1-0s. We'll see. Wins 2-0. Messi and Dybala. There you go. Spain versus Costa Rica. Again, Costa Rica, they're not a side to underestimate. Even though I did say they finished bottom, I can see them having close games. Spain, I'm going to back them 2-1. I'm going to back Spain 2-1. I've got community posts now on YouTube. Must have changed it from 500. Yeah, I think they have, because I'm pretty sure Hanno's got it as well. I don't know. It's mad. The big up is, I see that you have got it, because I see you've been posting stuff, man. That's good. I remember when I was so looking forward to finally getting them. I remember, and I was like, yes, I finally got them. Do you know what I mean? Just me. But yeah, there's that. And so yeah, there's that group. Sorry, I just got a message again. What do you lot reckon? Spain 2-0, fair enough. Germany 2-0, Germany 2-1. Okay, so a lot of you think it'll be close as well. 3-1 Germany, says Hanno. 1-0 Spain, 2-1 Mexico, 2-1 Danes. I got mine. Also think they made it 8 subs. I don't know. It's interesting, but it's good that you lot can do it now, because they are good. They are good. But yeah, moving on to the next load of games. Morocco versus Croatia. I'm going to go 2-1 Croatia. I'm going to go 2-1 Croatia for this one. France 0-0, says Stephen. Interesting. Like I say, the injuries and the players being out could play a part. I still think they'll beat Australia, but you never know. You never know. It could also be that thing, that World Cup thing, where they might not even get out of the group stage. You know, the madness that happens in recent years with the winners, and then what happens when they get to, you know, sometimes don't get out of group stages. Morocco 1-0 Croatia, says Chris. Fair enough. 2-0, says Chelsea fan. One thing I hate is when round 1 end and round 2 start. 3-2 Germany. Interesting one. Interesting. Goals galore. Belgium versus Canada. Wolf, if you're still here, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go Belgium 2, Canada 0. Spain 1-0, says Stephen. Fair enough. Fair enough on that one. Moving on to the next group, Switzerland versus Cameroon. Despite me not overly rating Cameroon too much, like I say, Switzerland squad's aging a little bit. Xhaka is still, he always does well for them. Gonna go 1-0. Gonna go 1-0 Switzerland. Brazil versus Serbia. I think this will be closer than what people think. Oh, didn't see that coming. Gonna go 2-1. Gonna go 2-1 Brazil. See Mitrovic bagging, but I think Brazil will win the game in the end. Let's go through comments. Belgium 3-1 Canada. Fair enough, Chris. That 3-2 Japan game. What was it? Germany or Belgium? Can't remember. Brazil 2-2. Interesting. Switzerland 1-0. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Same as me there. Says Chelsea fan. And then moving on to the last games of the group, the first games. Uruguay versus South Korea. Now, I think this could be game of the round, you know. Again, I haven't gone with it to be goals galore, but I just think it could be an interesting one, even with South Korea without Son. I don't know, I just got a feeling. But I'm going to back Uruguay to win. Again, another 2-1. I've gone with a lot of 2-1s. Another 2-1 here, I reckon. Chris got 3-0. Fair enough. 2-1. Croatia. Fair enough. Fair enough. Same as me again. Then Portugal, Ghana. Yeah, Portugal win this one for me. We're going to go over 2-0. Going to go over 2-0. Stephen's gone 3-1 Uruguay against South Korea. Uruguay 3-0. Yeah, a couple of 3-0s. Fair enough. So, yeah, man, let's have a quick look at the tables. Chris gone 2-0 Portugal as well. So, obviously, Netherlands will be top on the... Well, actually, no, it's exact same stuff, of course. Qatar. England will be top. by a better goal difference, +1. Wales second. Argentina would be 2 points ahead. And then Mexico second. Well, technically joint second with Poland. Obviously, France, Denmark. Obviously, France have a +1 better goal difference. Spain, Germany, exact same goal difference. Belgium, Croatia. Belgium +1 better goal difference. Brazil, obviously, same goal difference. Switzerland. And then Portugal, slightly better goal difference than Uruguay. So, yeah, they are my predictions for the first round of games. So, yeah, man, that is that. That is that, really. We'll go through your last bit of comments. Portugal 4-1. Interesting. Portugal 2-0. 2-0 Uruguay. Nice. Ghana 2-1 Portugal. Now, that is a shock. That is a shock. But, yeah, people, there you go. Lewandowski's at last. Yeah, exactly. Great stream as always, mate. Big up yourself, Chris. Big up yourself. But, yeah, people, that is the end of the stream. What did the like count end up on? 15 likes, and I know people watch it back on playback as well. I'm happy with that. Big up yourselves for that. As for new subscribers, we got 2 new subscribers yesterday, so big up yourselves. And we've actually gained a few here as well. We gained 3 new subscribers here as well, so welcome and thank you for doing that as well. And Hanno says, excellent stream. Big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself. It's got over 100 views as well. I'm very happy with that, considering, you know, it's not a watch along or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Chris says, I'm getting drunk and rinsing Salford fans. Fair enough, mate. But, yeah, man, big up yourselves. Like I said, I'm hoping to do a preview tomorrow to the Iran, or shall I say England versus Iran game. Well, it doesn't really matter. They're both away. They're not at home, are they? Obviously, Iran closer to home, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm hoping to do that. That'll be a live stream, like I said earlier. So, yeah, man, big up everyone. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Turn on the notification bell as well so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream. If you want to follow me across any of my socials, link to them are in the description. Obviously, they're not up on the screen like they usually are because I don't quite have a banner for it. But either way, this still looks all right. And, yeah, man, subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. Link to that is in the description. And, yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll see you lot tomorrow for a preview to the England game. Like I said, if I do it, it'll probably be during the day because obviously I should be working during the night. But I'll let you lot know. On the socials. So, yeah, I just promote it. So keep your eyes out on it. You know, keep looking at the channel throughout the day. Keep an eye on the Instagram because I always promote it on there. And all of that. So, yeah, man. Nick says, peace, bro. Big up yourself. Stephen says, Sue. And then he says, peace. Hanno also says, Sue as well. But, yeah, hopefully I'll see you lot tomorrow. If not, then obviously I will see you lot on Monday for the watch-along to England versus Iran. And hopefully if you can tune into that, obviously I know a lot of you will be working, college, school, etc. If you can tune into that, please do. And, yeah, I'll see you lot tomorrow or Monday. Monday for definite, if not tomorrow. So, yeah, big up yourselves. Stay safe. Take care. Peace. Come on, England.